Only a couple of months after releasing a compilation of singles titled EP, JPEG Mafia has decided to drop another project, aptly titled EP2. Ever since achieving critical and commercial acclaim in 2018, Peggy has cemented himself as one of the most interesting artists of the decade, with releases like Veteran and All My Heroes. Every song this man makes has production that's abrasive and addictive at the exact same time.
Layered beneath some violent or weird shit you'd find on Twitter or 4chan.
The internet is
Embedded into everything that he does, from his persona to his music to his fan base to his videos. He's one of the first of his kind to do so. Everything he's done so far in his career has been completely unpredictable.
Which brings us to EP2.
I'm just gonna go track by track since it's only 17 minutes long.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think much of this track when it first dropped, but it's grown on me a little bit. Unfortunately, it doesn't really grab my attention, and compared to the other tracks here, it's pretty much average.
It's weird because it sounds a lot like an amalgamation of every single other track on this project combined, but by itself, it just feels kind of vapid and boring. JPEG Mafia's production style has shifted towards smoother and softer beats and mixing over the past year. For both of these EPs, he's created this nocturnal void where he only uses minimal patterns and samples as material.
I'm glad this exists just so we have a transition to Fix Yourself. Great build up with the horns. Other than that, I know that this song was originally just one. You had the intro and then you had Fix Yourself, but I'm glad that he split it in two for this. This is the most polished and structured song I've heard of JPEG Mafia by far. From the guitar, to the horns, to the drums, to the chorus, everything here has a purpose, but this is the first song I've heard from him where I explicitly know that. It's this triumphant pop ballad that uses the perfect amount of auto-tune and singing to keep you interested. I might be crazy, but in an alternate universe where a Justin Bieber or Billie Eilish decides to make this song, it would go #1 instantly. It speaks to just how well he's mastered his song structure. After the last track, I was going to be disappointed no matter what, so I can't hate this song for just being standard JPEG Mafia. The problem is just the rapping is monotone the entire time, and the beat doesn't do enough to stop me from skipping. I just wish he tried more here.
Post-Nate black squares now. When you see me, better say it with your chest, and you better have a vest I don't waste round.
This one's for you. It's probably my favorite song on the entire project. Like the sad chimes and Peggy's delicate singing trick you into thinking he's finally going to make a vulnerable or an honest song.
But no.
It quickly devolves into this diss track against media publications that were fucking with him behind the scenes. More specifically, Fader Magazine, who he calls out for racism and sexual misconduct at the end of the song. JPEG Mafia is one of the pettiest rappers to ever exist, but it doesn't even matter because the song's still fire.
From what I could see from the YouTube video, James Blake was responsible for both production and writing. Of course he was. This beat is complete genius. Peggy absolutely kills it. He barely takes any breaks. It's just non-stop verses, slowly ramping up in intensity, and then he just finally cuts off the track with what sounds like a guitar from Animal Crossing. I don't know. It's just a clean, solid Peggy track.
Feed Her is a decent closing track, but it doesn't really get its identity until the second half, where he starts getting more introspective about his relationships. As creative as he is with his lyrics and presentation, one of the only real flaws with JPEG Mafia is that he doesn't really leave his comfort zone much in terms of subject matter. Other than that, though, it's a pretty decent instrumental, so I can't really complain all that much.
This is definitely JPEG Mafia's most pop-influenced project to date, but that's not to say his presentation or lyrics have gotten any softer. His subject matter still includes killing the alt-right, eating ass, and hating the music industry, but if there's one noticeable difference, it's the emphasis he places on calling out white businesses and celebrities for fake wokeness during the George Floyd protests. Again, it's not a huge change, just one more person on his blacklist, I guess. Compared to his previous work, EP2 is distinct as Peggy's signature style while sounding as professional as ever. There are some low points where his melodic rapping might work against him, but as an evolution towards his next full-length project, I'm very excited to see what he does next. If he continues down this path, his next album is going to be genre-pushing, his best album yet, or both.